The Richard Oakes Multicultural Center exists to provide a collaborative and supportive environment that promotes a multi-ethnic, culturally conscious university that affirms equally the human and intellectual heritage of all people. The center is dedicated to the inclusion of all voices and experiences, and the promotion of activist models of organizations that unite people in the active pursuit of self-determination, identity, and knowledge of personal and human experiences. The center encourages and welcomes all members of the university and greater community to initiate or participate in its student-focused and directed programs and activities.
Yes, there is press.
First of all, a number of Indians throughout the United States have the right to appropriate a certain amount of the so-called public domain or public property of the United States.
And hereby offer the following treaty. We will purchase said Alcatraz Island for $24 in glass beads and red cloth, a precedent set by the white man's purchase of a similar island about 300 years ago. We know that $24 in trade goods for these 16 acres is more than was paid when Manhattan Island was sold, but we know that land values have risen over the years. Our offer of $1.24 per acre is greater than the 47 cents per acre the white man is now paying the California Indians for their land.
I can only see that this here meeting here is just on the periphery of Alcatraz. We are still going to stay on Alcatraz, and we have invited them to come over to Alcatraz and talk to the different Indians over there, so as we can go into a more lengthy discussion as to what are the real problems involved here.
From what you say, then, are you prepared to let the Indians remain there for an indefinite period of time?
No, I am not.
Well, then you must have a deadline.
I have not set a deadline.
Well, then they can stay there indefinitely.
That's what they tell me.
On Alcatraz Island, what can you do constructive?
Carry on a program, an Indian education program that couldn't be carried on under the educational system that we have now.
I'm Eric Wilder. I'm a member of the Kashaya Band of Pomo Indians. I'm a former tribal chairman. And today we're standing at the old YMCA camp. And this is the spot where Richard Oakes was assassinated. What I was told happened here was in this area that we're standing, there used to be a horse corral here. And when he was assassinated here, what I was told was that when they came down here, guys that had been working here and knew this area very well, they were, older guys in their 20s at that time, they said there was where the corral was, he was laying outside of that corral on the roadway here. And then he said when the police officers came, the workers had moved the fence out toward the road more, and so when they came, it made it look like, they said it made it look like his body was inside the corral area on their property. And he said you could see the fresh post holes that were, where the old post holes used to be. And so, so it just they made it look like he was on their property trespassing, so that was the big thing that was talked about that I remember growing up.
No one was ever arrested. No one was prosecuted ever for that. And this is one of those things, we live in this community. Well, I'm on the other side in Mendocino, the Russian River. The other side is Sonoma County, which is where it all happened, where Kashaya is. On this side, we have the Bokea. But this community that, of course, loves to think of itself as very progressive and non-racist and all of that, they don't confront any of this.